What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel as you tune in and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to comment on reports that Bronny James is not on the Lakers summer league roster, right? And I think there's probably two reasons for this. Number one, it could be that, and I think both reasons are true, right? But number one, I think that the Lakers are really just moving on from LeBron and Bronny, right? And so why have Bronny James cutting into minutes from somebody else who could possibly come out and help your team? Because like this is Bronny's, like, he's going into his third year, and so I don't think that Bronny James will really they know what they have in Bronny James, and they don't really have to see any more from Bronny James. So I don't think that so it's not really important to them to get Bronny James more time, more opportunities, or anything like that. I think that the jury is out. You know what you got in Bronny James, right? And I don't think that they know. They think that, oh, all of a sudden Bronny James is going to improve so much more in his third year than he did in his second year. So the Lakers probably don't really feel the necessity to put him on the team, you know, and and just evaluate him, because they already know what they got in Bronny, right? His contract, I think, is for like 1.3, 1.4, something like that, and is basically guaranteed because his father waited until he made sure that his son's contract was guaranteed before he made the decision or made the announcement that he wasn't going to go back to the Lakers, right? So that's money that's already locked in for his son. No matter what, the Lakers could pay Bronny and say, well, it's time, you could just stay home. They can give him that check and tell him stay home, which eventually something like that might happen, right? Because the second reason that I want to get into is I think Bronny James is going to end up in Cleveland and I think LeBron James is going to be there, and I think he's going to take Bronny with him, right? And so that's why I think that another reason why Bronny is not on the Lakers summer league team, because uh you know they and the Lakers have a pretty good idea of what's going on, more so than what the public is, right? And I just think that the fact that Cleveland is one of the teams that's in the running for LeBron James, uh, and LeBron James is not coming back, so they're probably assuming that wherever his father go, he's going to probably want to take Bronny with him. I think Bronny is probably going to be a part of that package. So what's going to happen is Bronny is going to take the money from where he from the Lakers that that guaranteed money, and I think he's going to get more money when he signed with the next team that LeBron James go to. So it was all strategic, and I think that the Lakers understand that LeBron is going to want his son with him. Cleveland already made it clear that Bronny James is welcome there. If his father come, then Bronny James is welcome too. So, why even, like I said, waste a roster spot with somebody who you think is most likely not going to be there? Number one. Number two, you don't really need to evaluate them because you basically know what you're getting in Bronny James. And I think that when Cleveland made that announcement, it just made it obvious that like Bronny, we're not going to really put too much to invest too much time and effort into evaluating Bronny James. So that's what I basically think, right? I think that now the only thing that's probably holding this up, in my opinion, is LeBron James. I think LeBron James is waiting to see like what everybody else come up with, like what's the best deal financially LeBron can get before he commit to Cleveland. So let's say, for instance, if Miami or if Philly was able to give LeBron James like a sweetheart type deal, then he would take that deal and he wouldn't go back to Cleveland. Which now, if they gave him the money that he wanted and he was on a team where though he thought they had a chance to win a ring, then he wouldn't go back to Cleveland, right? Which again, I think that's a mistake. I think no matter what Miami or Philly or any other team that's in the running for LeBron James, whatever they could offer, I don't think they can offer the things that what Cleveland, Cleveland can bring to the table. Um, that's LeBron's birthplace, his home. That's the team that can, Cleveland is a team that can really send him off with a like a farewell tour and to cap off his legacy. And so I think it would look, it's a good look if LeBron James is there and his son Bronny James is there, for him to ride off into the sunset. So and that's part of the reason why I think that Cleveland is not really going to offer LeBron James any more money than what they have to, because they feel like they have leverage. They know that LeBron, you know what I mean? Like LeBron James is getting close to, like this is close to the end for LeBron. They can do some things for LeBron James as far as his legacy that other teams, won't be able to do or can't really touch. There's no connection with LeBron, and to the fan base in Miami. Miami fans just basically saw LeBron James as a mercenary. They got 2 rings out of the deal. They cool, but like the relationship between LeBron James and the Miami Heat fans, not really all that, not really all that substantial. So I don't think that that right there will, like, I don't know if LeBron James chooses money over his legacy, man. I think that'd be a big mistake, a major mistake. So, and I think Cleveland is banking on, the Cavalier organization is banking on. Look, we sweeten the pot. We're saying that, bring your son. You're welcome, but we only have this amount of money. But because we only have this certain amount of money, we can, send you off the way that you should be sent off. We can cap off your career, you know what I mean? And as far as your legacy is concerned, it's a good look for you. So that's, all this is taken into consideration. The Lakers know and understand this too. And so that's probably that, what I mean? That's the big part of why Bronny James is not on a roster as far as like the in the summer league for the Lakers. So, and think about it. LeBron won't get a statue. Now he might let's say if he go to Philly or if he go to Miami. I don't think LeBron James is going to get a statue. Even one no matter where he go, I don't think he's going to get a statue. But if LeBron thinks that he can go somewhere, play there for a year, right, and then go to Cleveland and get that send off, I don't know. He might be trying to do that, but I think the more he delay that, because he may piss Cleveland off, and Cleveland is like, look, like he probably treating Cleveland like, y'all ain't going nowhere. I'll be there when I get there. Just treating Cleveland like a side chick, basically, and so I don't know. We'll see though. But my guess is Bronny is not playing in LA on the he's not on the summer league roster because he the organization know and they understand that Bronny most likely won't be there for the season. Bronny going to take his last his money that they gave him, that and is going to add that on to whatever team he goes to with his father. And I think the best thing for him is Cleveland. So we'll see. We letting it play out. And I think it's gonna be Cleveland. I put good money on Cleveland. It just and some people are saying that that's basically his only option is Cleveland. I was listening to Rick Bucher, and that's what he said. Like it's that's his only option. And it's not a bad option to have because that's his home. They'll be able to send him off the right way. So, that is what it is. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Peace.